So can you burn wood in a drum smoker? Well, on today's podcast, we're going to answer that question. You're listening to the PitMaster Secrets podcast. Hey, so I get asked that question all the time. Can you burn wood in a drum smoker? Where do you put the wood? How do you get wood in there? What kind of fuel are you using? What's the best charcoal? What's the best wood? You always hear these questions. And, first off, I'd like to talk a little bit about why would you want to put wood in a drum smoker? It's not that you can't really, but let's talk about why you would want to. So one reason you'd want to put wood in your drum smoker is because you think you need to have like this stick burner flavor, wood smoke flavor in your food, right? And, while that is awesome and everything, you can actually get a lot better flavor just playing the drum smoker the way that it wants to be cooked on. We go into, the convenience aspect of why you would want to have a drum smoker. Well, it's because it's easy to operate. You can run away from it for a long time. It's way more consistent. You don't have to add fuel during the cook. All of those reasons, it's a lot more convenient. So if you just focus on how can I get the best wood flavor out of a drum smoker rather than trying to burn wood in the drum smoker only. So getting into some reasons why you don't want to do that. You don't want to burn wood entirely. Now we're talking like you don't want to burn only wood in the drum smoker, and here's why. Drum smokers are meant to cook with the fire directly underneath of your food. And in order to do that, we have to choke down the amount of combustion air coming into the smoker, into that cooking environment, so that we can control temperature. We don't want to have this raging fire in the bottom of the drum smoker, because if we have this raging fire burning wood with complete combustion, we're never going to get control of the temperature. So in order to have a controllable fire in there, we need to have a reliable fuel source that requires very little air for complete combustion, so that we don't get a byproduct like you would from wood not burning correctly, which is called like soot, or you can get aldehydes, you can get all kinds of weird byproducts, soot flavor, there's even some stuff in there that can make your tongue feel numb, different things like that. So what we do is we use strictly charcoal for the fuel source, and then we add a little bit of wood into the charcoal basket to give you that wood smoke flavor. So, we don't want to have white smoke. We don't want to have gray smoke, anything like that, because if you see that white smoke, there's one of two things happening. You've either got steam in the cook chamber happening because you got water in there, or you've got incomplete combustion, which is where we get that bad flavor of smoke flavor. People say it tastes too smoky. Another reason you don't want to have it in there is like strictly wood, is because you're not going to get a hot enough fire. Wood has a lower BTU capacity per pound than charcoal does, because in charcoal, we've already gotten rid of all the stuff that causes the lower BTU capacity. Now we've got a dry product with little moisture content that's got super high BTU capacity, and it can burn clean, which is why we use charcoal. Lump charcoal is best. So the best way, if you want to use wood in your drum smoker, the best way to incorporate that into your cooking practices is to put like small pieces of wood. So if you watch our YouTube videos on our channel, go to youtube.com/SmokerBuilder, and you'll see a couple of videos on there. And pretty much every one of those videos, I'm showing you to either take small wood chunks or long pieces and put them in the corners, long skinny pieces. So what's going to happen is we're going to use charcoal for the primary fuel source in the charcoal basket, and we're going to do one of two methods, which is like wood chunks, small chunks. We're just going to fit like one or two small chunks inside the top end of that basket, and then when we pour our charcoal chimney in there to top light and burn down, we're going to burn them wood chunks like a fuse. and you'll surround those wood chunks with lit charcoal, which is going to help you get that thin blue smoke. So you won't have to have near as much air, and the white smoke, the smoldering wood, will come off and actually re-burn through that coal bed as it comes out. But they need to be completely covered. So the other method is what I call the fuse method. In the fuse method, we're taking, it's in one of our videos, you'll see I've got about a 9-inch long or 10-inch long piece of like a piece of hickory that I've split into like 1/2 inch thick by about 2 or 3 inch wide pieces. And I'll stand those splits up vertically in the corners of the basket. And the reason I like doing that on the DraftMaster basket is because I'm able to completely engulf those pieces of wood vertically as the charcoal lights and burns itself downward. My wood lasts longer in the charcoal basket, and we still get the advantage of them being surrounded at the top of the basket by lit charcoal. So you'll get that real good hickory, pecan, whatever kind of flavor you're trying to get, without getting that incomplete combustion, and also temperature swings could be an effect of it as well. So, if there's two schools of thought here, look at how you're wanting to cook and identify like why you want to have that deep wood smoke flavor. If you're looking to get like what you would get off a stick burner, then maybe the right thing to do is to look into like a small patio model stick burner, something small that you can fit out back, that you can maybe, even if you had it and a drum, you could start your stick burner for a couple of hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, till you get your food up about 140, and then you could switch over to the drum to finish off. You're going to get that smoke penetration at the beginning of your cook, and then you could even, like, once you get to temperature where you want it, you could flip over and put it on the stick burner again for setting sauce or finishing off, finishing your brisket and stuff. So you could look at a stick burner like that. We have a new model coming out soon. It's a 20-inch diameter, 40-inch long cook chamber. This is designed to be the most flexible stick burner on the market for the patio application. It's 1/4-inch steel, the whole cooker. We build it out of pipe. It's pretty heavy. It's got a real interesting price point on it. So you can be watching for that to come out soon. That would be a great place to start. We're calling it a hybrid because you can charcoal grill in it as well. And, you could also look into our DraftMaster drum smokers, build it yourself with a kit, and, that'll help you where you can use that DraftMaster basket to your advantage with putting the wood in the corners like that, like we're telling you. So anyway, guys, I hope that helps. Make sure and give us a review on this podcast. Look in the comments for a bunch of helpful links. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a subscribe and hit the old dinger bell down there. We'd sure like to send you more content like this. And if you're in the market to do something yourself or buy something you want, like a drum smoker or a stick burner or anything like that, head on over to SmokerBuilderMFG.com. We've got you covered with kits and parts and even complete built-for-you cookers. Anyway, have a great weekend. Appreciate you. We'll see you later.